everybody. This is Heroes and Brews with Nerdy Dudes. We are your friendly neighborhood Beeroes Ty
and Kev.
And we are going to do a good old-fashioned brew talk. You know, the topics where we expand past the nerdiness. We expand past the brews, even though we're still drinking it. Still drinking some Dirty Head because it's Victory Beer Week. And we're going to talk about some music. And why I want to talk about music is because Mr. Kevin here introduced me to a new life of music. So I was always... I'm not picky with music. I'm not picky with food. I'm not picky with beer. I'm not really picky with anything. I wasn't always a fan of like metal or like kind of screamo music. I was big into Breaking Benjamin when I was younger. Listened to a lot of rap, a lot of regular rock, country, pop, anything. But recently, Mr. Kevin over here introduced me to A Day to Remember, and I was hooked, you know. But Pandora introduced me to Amity Affliction, I Prevail, Five Finger Death Punch, and I've been hooked on like the metalcore, the pop punk grind recently, especially my workouts. Yo, if you need an extra push when you work out, I'll give you two songs. One, Death's Hand, Amity Affliction. Two, Worst of Me, I Prevail. If you want to push some shit, you want to get that extra push in the workout, listen to those two songs because you're going to start wanting to fight people and that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been a fan of this style of music. I was in a few different bands like back in the day.
What was the band again?
Oh gosh, well when I was...
What can people YouTube to see you?
Oh, YouTube to see me now? Oh gosh. If you YouTube Corsair, that's Corsair, you would see us playing live at like two various venues. Like small venues, like one was in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, and one was at a small place in Philadelphia. Don't look at the Philadelphia one; that's rough.
What if I'm not gonna promise it.
Okay.
Like right, like here, or like here, or just like cover this real quick and do like a little montage of you just like jamming out back in the day.
Well, if you want to do that, there is so if you go to the Quakertown videos, if you go to Corsair Aiming for Angels Live, or if you go to We Made a Music Video.
I know, I saw you show me.
The I Am music video. There's also that on the YouTubes that you can check out. It was probably one of the most fun times in my life was playing in a band.
And you're very talented too.
Oh, well, thank you.
You are. He's been the riff and everything at like that beginning of our intro.
Yeah, I wrote the majority of that riff, and then I sent it to one of my good friends, Marcus. He lives out in California, and he was actually in Corsair. He was a guitar player. I was a bass player in the band, and Marcus took the riff that I wrote for our Heroes and Brews and made it what it is now. He added every other element to it, so he spiced it up.
It wasn't for Heroes and Brews, and I'm just like, yo,
yeah,
can I take that? And like,
yeah. He so thank you, Marcus, for doing that.
Yes.
But yeah, man, that was like one of the most fun times of my life. I guess I started playing bass when I was in 8th grade, and what drew me to bass first was actually Korn. Crazy enough.
I like Korn
so
a lot.
Fieldy, who was their bass player, I always loved the sound of his bass. He did a lot of slap bass, and like the tone of his bass and everything like really drew me towards like, what is that sound? And I've always been a fan of like the rhythm section. And somebody such as myself that always wanted to know how to play drums, who I can never coordinate, like my hands are doing one thing, my feet are doing another. I can never figure that out, so I thought the other part of the rhythm section is the bass. And I just love the tone of his bass, and I thought, let me try this out. And at the time, like a friend of mine was playing guitar, and I thought, well, let me pick up bass and learn how to, do that. So I just kind of trained my ear to hear bass and like all, my favorite band songs, and just kind of learn them, like such as like Blink-182, Boxcar Racer, which was a branch off of Blink-182, if you remember Boxcar Racer.
Of course I do.
Census Fail, Take It Back Sunday, all those kind of bands when I was in high school that were like really big, like the emo bands and everything like that. And then I just kind of I listened to a band called Finch, which is still one of my favorite bands today. What It Is to Burn album. Download that. Whatever you're doing now, just go download that, and like it'll change your life. But that band, and then like bands like Linkin Park and everything, brought me into like a heavier style of music, and it's crazy because I've always thought of myself, I'm a very like chill, laid back kind of guy.
100%.
But I've always loved really aggressive, loud,
it's awesome,
fast, heavy music, and that's just my kind of thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So I was in like a pop punk band in high school, and then I branched off. I wanted to do something heavier, so I did like sort of a metalcore band after that. But yeah, man, that has just always been my forte. That's always been my style of music. I try to appreciate all music, but I think everybody has that style of music that they just gravitate towards. 100%. And mine is metal, and
you work it too, like when you're rocking out in the bass, throwing your head around, going in.
Yeah, when we played live, like that was like my most favorite time. We opened up for a band called Alisana a few years ago at a place called the Crocodile Rock in Allentown, which I don't think is still open. I'm not sure. It was a really cool venue, so we got the opportunity to open up for them, and there was probably the biggest crowd we've ever played in front of, and we got to use like legit like equipment as far as like amps and everything like that, and like all of our gear was mic'd, and it was pretty amazing. And I mean, afterwards it was really, really cool. Like people were looking at us like, oh my god, there's the bass player of Corsair, which was this guy, by the way. And I don't want to sound cocky, but it was a really cool feeling, and I'll never forget those days. Music is a huge part of my life.
Yes.
And I mean, I could give you a list of bands to check out,
but music, it's like it fits your mood, And it's funny because I tweeted the other day, which I rarely tweet anymore, but like, there's always, when I'm in a mood, randomly music will find a way to like fit my mood, and it's the strangest thing in the world. Like I was like when I'm in like I'm going way back actually. Like when my uncle passed away, like, he was big into Biggie, and like his song was "More Money, More Problems." He loved that song. yeah. Literally, the day of his funeral, we're in the limo, like driving out from the funeral, and that song just started playing on the radio, and I'm like, this is bizarre. But like, it happens all the time. Like, if I'm like in a good mood, like good mood songs will come in. Like when my dog passed away, the Wiz Khalifa song, like "When You're Gone" or something, came on, and it's like it just like fits. It's weird. Yeah. Music just finds a way to fit its way into all your moods, and it's the strangest thing in the world. It happened to me the other day. I was on Pandora, and a song, I forget what song it was, I had to download because I liked it on Pandora. But I was just in this funk, and this song came on. I'm like, this is literally how I feel right now. And this song just randomly came on Pandora. Yeah. And it literally, the lyrics fit how I feel right now. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
But music, like, does that. Like, it helps, like, your mood, It helps... Like, it fulfills you sometimes, it adds to your mood, and it's a cool thing. And I used to play the drums back in the day. I played percussion when I was in 5th grade, played the drum set, I was in jazz band, and it always, like, I had moods where, like, if I was happy, I was, like, playing jazz, I was putting on Michael Bublé, playing along to his stuff. If I was, like, mad, I'd be, like, doing, like, Mission Impossible songs or, like, rock music and stuff, and it's just a fun way to express yourself, Yeah. I mean, it's just a great way to just like to show how you're feeling. I don't know. I love music. It's always been like a big part, especially whether it's the drum set, timpani, xylophone for percussion, crash cymbals, freaking when you're playing sleigh ride and you got the whip crack. Oh, awesome! It's so good.
Dude, music's the one thing I if I could choose something that I could not live without, it would be music.
So that question you asked me
like
last week, that would be what you can live without?
Correct. Music has been a big part of my life, I think, since I was younger. And I know it sounds really cliche, but music is just what shaped me as a person. And
so we should make like a bass percussion band together?
There's drum bass music out there, dude. Yeah, we could do it. Here's some brews.
Just some flam taps, some roughs.
With Rhythm section dudes.
Rhythm section dudes? I like that.
There you go. But yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's when I'm in certain moods, and I'm sure there's other people out there who feel the same way. whatever mood you're feeling, you know exactly what song or what band would sum up that mood. So when I left work today,
you were not happy?
I was not in a great mood.
You wanted a beer really bad?
Super bad. So I thought of a song that would kind of fulfill like the mood I was in. I left. It was kind of a rough day, whatever it is, and that's cool. Like you could leave work or wherever, and you could feel
happy,
super
sad,
happy,
yeah.
super sad, angry, whatever. And you just know like what band or what song will fulfill this moment, and that's a cool thing.
So
it's like
true.
So I left work and I think I put on a song called "Fight My Regret" by the Amity Affliction
Let's go.
because it was kind of a rough day at work.
But like it
And
emphasizes your mood, you know, it like adds to it, and you're like, okay.
it's just I got in my car and I just went, I'm pissed right now, and I just all of a sudden my mind was just like it chose Amity Affliction, it chose Fight My Regret. Boop, that song's on, and it's just like it's awesome. It's crazy what music can do.
It really can.
And that's one thing I really miss about writing music is the creativity, and
Very creative.
It's very therapeutic. I love that music is a thing. I know it sounds really stupid, but I love that music exists.
I agree.
And I don't know what I would do without music. I really don't.
I don't know, because it's always been a big part of my life. Always. Yeah. Even when I was younger, I was always on iTunes back in the day, just like looking for the newest songs because I wanted new stuff to listen to. Even when I was in, we did in high school. I was in a percussion ensemble. We did it was called banging garbage or something. We were like playing on trash cans, like crossing sticks and stuff. The coolest thing in the world. I wish I had the video still. There was a song we did, Africa. I was on Tiffany, lost the music, but we did it so much, I memorized the whole thing. It's just like there's just being able to play things out like that and memorize things. It's just so cool. And like when you get your own solos and you can put your own creativity into it, it's fun.
Oh, I miss it. It's awesome.
I think there's both ways.
It's so great.
Whether it's you playing or whether it's you listening to it, like music is just so fulfilling. It's exciting. It helps you relax sometimes. Like back in college when I was when I couldn't go to bed, I throw on John Mayer's Gravity and I felt so soothed and I just passed out.
It's the universal language.
It is. It really is.
I mean, even if you listen to something and the lyrics, if it was English, it was Italian, it was
it's all about the rhythm,
German,
dude.
whatever, and whatever nationality you are and you couldn't understand the lyrics or what they were saying, the rhythm,
dude, the beat,
the melody, you would feel that no matter what ethnicity you were or what language you spoke. And that's what's great about music. You could feel the emotion behind what they were trying to convey, and that's what's amazing about music. No matter what, you could just feel it, and you could feel, and also a great thing about music is, everybody interprets songs in their own way. Music is just such a fascinating thing to me.
It is.
And I couldn't imagine my life without music. To be honest with you,
I completely agree. But give us your thoughts. Is music a big part of your life? Do you play an instrument? Are you in a band? Do you want to be in a band with Kevin and I, and we can start something really cool, like Heroes and Brews with Band Dudes or something like that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Tell me what you play.
Hey, comment, give us that like, give us a subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching.
Thank you guys.
And as always,
cheers.
Hey guys, don't forget to use our promo code on Tavor, Beeroes. It's BEEROES.
This app Tavor will open up your world to all these different craft beers that you never even knew existed. If you download the app, you may find your next favorite beer that isn't even in your area. It could be from Iowa. It could be from Texas.
Hawaii.
Who knows? Hawaii. Check it out. Check it out, guys. You won't be disappointed.